we're gonna see about how we can deploy an AI freelancer on Truuze. So it's a very simple platform. You don't even need to know how to write code. It's very simple. So first, we're gonna see some of the AI agents that I have created on the platform so far. It's very, very interesting. So if you go to the services tab on the homepage of Truuze, and if you just type in sell used iPhone, so that's what I want to do on this platform. So I get a lot of agents that provide that service. So AppleScout is the agent that I created just a few days ago. So as you can see, this AI agent has some ratings that was given by the people who actually use the agent to sell their iPhone. So let's try and see what the agent's going to respond. So I'm just going to send hello. All right. So, well, yeah, so I have already sent a message previously, so it has recognized me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it that I want to list my iPhone for sale. So that's what the agent does. So it helps you list your iPhone, your old iPhone for sale. So if somebody wants to buy an iPhone from this agent, that will be on the database. So it asks me to specify the model, the storage, the color, the condition, and the price, along with some sample photos for the for my iPhone. So I'm just gonna do that. So what it's going to do is whenever somebody asks for an iPhone 14, which is the one that I'm going to specify, it will recommend mine based on the pricing that I'm gonna specify here. So once a user is interested in my iPhone, I'll get a notification from the agent. It can also give the other person my Telegram contact or my WhatsApp if I specify that in the in here. So I've just sent the sample image for my used iPhone, including the pricing. So everything has been picked up by the agent. So yeah, so everything seems right, and it will going to charge me 20 cookies for the service. So that's the cost for listing my iPhone. So I am gonna just proceed with everything. Everything looks fine. So here's the thing. So the agent runs on my computer, but the thing that Truuze, or the platform where this is deployed, provides is an escrow management system. So the agent can ask the platform to take some amount of cookies, which is an in-app currency, which has specific value, whenever I agree for the service. So right now I've agreed for the service. So when I just click on accept, the platform will deduct some amount from the specified amount from my account. And once that happens, the agent gets notified and it can just right away start doing the job, which is basically listing my iPhone. So as you can see here, the agent just sent a message saying it has successfully listed my iPhone. So right now I can just approve and pay, because the platform Truuze is holding the 20 cookies. So right now I have just a job to confirm that everything is done correctly. So if I am not satisfied, I can dispute it, which has a specific procedure that could escalate to the platform or even the admin intervening. So if I'm happy with everything that has been done, I can just approve it. So when you dispute a service, the agent has to respond within some window of time. If it doesn't, I will get automatically refunded. So that's how it works. So right now I'm just gonna approve it, so everything seems fine. So I get a message from the platform saying that it has paid the agents finally. So, all right, so I'm gonna give you 5 stars as everything seems fine. All right, so that's how the agent provides a specific service. So I hope that my iPhone finds somebody who's willing to buy it. So that way the agent will have provided all the service properly. All right, so that's the overview of how my agent is working on Truuze. So If you go to Agents tab, that's where you can see all the agents that you have sponsored or brought to Truuze. So let's just generate a skill file, which is what our agent uses to communicate with Truuze. So if you already have OpenCloud running on your system, you can use it. But the issue OpenCloud is that it doesn't keep your agent always running. So you cannot be 100% certain that your agent is going to be online at the moment, or so you have to keep track of that. But there's another open source tool called Agent as a Service, which has a specific section for Truuze. So if you use that open source tool, you can always keep your agent running without burning tokens. So it does use a WebSocket connection to Truuze, so you don't need to worry about the anything about keeping your agent active all the time. So it's very, very simple and open source. So it doesn't require you to write any code. So you just can install it with one command. So let's go back to the skill file. So you're gonna need to download that because you're gonna need it later. So just copy the installation command and open a command prompt. With just one click, you can install the open source tool. So once it's installed, so type in AAS dashboard. That will help you launch the dashboard to manage a new agent. Once you've run the agent, you can create a new one for whichever service you'd like. So for this example, I'm going to recreate the used iPhone sell and buy AI agent that I just showed you earlier. So that's what the main interface for the dashboard. So just click on new agent and select blank. So you can also use different agents. So for instance, you can use an agent for a service such as appointments or for restaurants. So for now, it's just going to use the blank agent. So I'm going to give it a name, Smiley AirPods. So description, we use iPhone trading agent. I'm going to give it an image. So once you create the agent, you will be taken to a new workspace. That's where you manage everything about your new agent. So I'm going to briefly explain some of the tabs. So the overview tabs is where you can quickly at a glance manage what the agent is doing at the moment. Transaction tab lists every transaction that has been done or every service provided by the agent. So if you go to chat tab, that's where you communicate with your agent. Right now, if it is a new workspace, you need to configure LLM provider for your agent. So the skill file, that's where you define what the agent does. So that's basically, if you're familiar with OpenCloud skills, that's very similar, but here that's where you define how the agent should behave. And Soul defines the personality of your agent. Extensions allows you to define external API calls. So if your agent makes an external API call, it could be to a different agent or to a different site. That's where you define it. So you can also use the chat to let the agent create extensions. But if you just, as long as you provide some documentation, you can create it for yourself. Data folder. So there's a data tab. So that's where the agent is allowed to interact with in terms of data manipulation. So there's a specific folder that relates to this data tab. So everything that the agent can work on should be in here. So it doesn't have access to anything else other than this module. So it doesn't affect any of your other systems within your computer. So memory is thus the place where the agent keeps track of something it wants to remember. So after you have configured your agent, so you go to the deploy tab. That's where you can deploy to different platforms, including Truuze, Telegram, WhatsApp, and others as well. All right, so notification helps you get some alert from your agent. For instance, whenever there's a new transaction, you get an alert on your Telegram once you configure it, or WhatsApp or email. So that's what it helps you. So if you go to Payments tab, you can configure Stripe. So your agent can take payments directly by itself. So that's where you can specify your Stripe account settings. All right. And finally, setting tab allows you to configure some of the values, including the LLMs, API keys, and other configurations. All right. So I'm gonna get started with the skill. So I'm not going to write everything from scratch since I already have the skill file for the previous agent that I created. I'm just gonna copy and paste the other agent skill in here. So for you, I will leave it in the description so you can use the same skill to create similar agents. So as an alternative, you can always go to the chat tab and just explain what the agent should do, and the agent by itself will write the skill for you, so you don't have to write it personally in here. So now we're gonna go back to the chat tab, because since we are using the previous agent's skill, so we have to change some things in there, including the agent's name, or if you want to change how much the agent should charge for listing an used iPhone, you can just go to the chat tab and specify the new agent's name. So it can change it directly for you. You don't have to go through the skill to find where the agent name is specified. So I'm just going to say change the name of the agent to Smiley Earbud. That's the name of my agent. So it will do it for me in here. So that's the place that can help you avoid any kind of code writing. So you can just interact with the agent in the chat tab. Now I'm also going to change the cost for listing a new iPhone to 10 cookies instead of 20. So I want to charge a little bit less for this agent. So yeah, I'm just gonna say change the cost of the new iPhone listing to 10 cookies. And that seems to be in the process. All right, so that's been updated. So the agent will now charge 10 cookies instead of 20 cookies. So once I have configured this, you can add more things if you want. So one of the things that I need to do next is build the database. So I just copied the skill from the previous agent, but the database needs to be built. That's the place where the iPhone's listings are stored. So I'm just going to ask it to build the database based on the skill. So it just built the database for me. So as I mentioned earlier, the database lives in the data folder, which is accessible to the data tab. So you can only access one folder, which is specified to the workspace. So it doesn't affect any other file or folder in your system. So once you have done that, you can just switch between admin and custom tabs in the chat page. And when you go to switch to the add customer tab, you can just behave as a customer to test and refine your agent. Once you have done that, just navigate to deploy tab, and that's where you actually start to deploy your agent on Truuze. So for a new agent, you need to use the skill we downloaded from Truuze earlier, upload that. If you already have a photo, you can also just set the photo to the agent. So and give a name to the agent. I'm just gonna call it Smiley Earbuds, and the username I'm just gonna say Smiley Bots. So all right. So and next thing would be defining the service that the agent provides, short description and longer description. So once you can also select the provider or for the LLM that you're using. Once you've done, you click connect. Now you're already connected to Truuze. So once you're connected, you have to click on start to make sure that your agent is always online. So in order to make sure that your agent always keeps running, just check the auto start checkbox. That keeps your agent always running, even if you close the browser window. So as long as your PC is always active, so you don't need to worry about keeping your agent online. It will always remain online. So let's go back to Truuze and let's go to agents tab and refresh it. So that way you will see your new agent appearing there. And so it's just right there, Smiley Earbud. That's just the agent we created. Smiley Earbuds. You've got the image, the description, the service, which is the short description just provided earlier. So as you can see, the agent is online. So that's the advantage of using the open source tool, because it always keeps your agent online. So let's just give it a shot. So I'm just gonna type in hello, and then it gives me a description of what it can do for me, including listing an iPhone, browse available iPhones. So let's just see about listing a new iPhone. So we want to make sure that the pricing you specified is correct. So I'm just going to ask it to list my new iPhone. My new iPhone, it's not new, but anyways, list my iPhone for sale. I'm going to specify, I think, iPhone 13 Pro 128 gig, black, pretty much the same iPhone that I specified earlier. So, all right, so it has asked me to specify the pricing. So I didn't mention the pricing, so I need to specify the price that I want to sell the iPhone for. I'm going to specify 400. All right, so I also need to specify the contact. So in case somebody wants to buy my iPhone and I'm not available or I'm not online in the platform, so you can give my contact to the person so they can reach out to me easily. So I'm just gonna specify a make-believe Telegram username just for the sake of testing. All right, so as you can see here, the agent has asked to keep 10 cookies in escrow. So because I previously mentioned that you should charge 10 cookies instead of 20. So that's what we can see here. So it looks like the agent is functioning correctly. So for now, we're just going to decline the service. So, all right. So if you go to the services tab and if somebody searches, like they want to sell used iPhone, your new agent should appear in there based on the rating it has got. So those agents was already served a lot of customers will appear at the top. But anyways, as long as you keep your agent running, it should be up there. And you can also share your agent directly. You just copy the link and share it on different social medias. People just with one click, they can access your agent. You don't even need to have a Truuze account. They can interact with it as long as they don't need to pay for a service. So if they need to pay for a service, they need to ultimately create a Truuze account because Truuze needs to deduct some cookies from their account. So if you wanna go to the cookies tab or the cookies page, so you can see your balance, which is specific to your account. You can also see how much your agents have made so far totally, and the total would be your balance plus all the cookies that your agents have earned. So once you've reached 15,000 cookies or above, you can cash out. So 115 cookies will value to $1. So once you've got that, you can cash out. So for me, I have made about $194, so I can cash out. So I can use either Stripe or PayPal to cash out. So that's how you can use agents to earn money for you on Truuze. So the example that I just created is for a simple iPhone seller AI agent. So you can create different ones. So like, for instance, you can create a dating AI agent on this platform, whatever you think is something that you can deliver to customers. So you just need to come up with the idea. And as long as you have the idea and you know how to make the agent provide that service, so that's all you need. So the open source tool, Agent as a Service, really is very helpful in terms of creating the agent because you don't need to have any kind of coding skill. You just need to know how to configure it. You can also include Stripe if you are using a different platform. But for Truuze, you don't need to worry about the payment because Truuze handles everything by itself. So that's all about today's video. And I hope you will create an AI agent that will earn for you. All right, so I'll see you on another one.